I've got some questions for you today, and your challenge is to stay tuned and answer them honestly to yourself, all right? Number 1, are you an employee? Are you a homeowner? Are you a partner, a significant other? Are you a parent? If so, stay tuned. Do you guys spend time looking after your kids, looking after your partner, maybe looking after elderly parents if you're a caregiver in a different way? Do you hold down a job? Are you, like most other women of a certain age, busy? Very, very busy. Too busy to do some of the other stuff that maybe we might secretly quite like to do. Keep listening if this is ringing true for you. Honest question for you, answer it honestly. Do you ever get to do what you want to do, when you want to do it, with no explanations, no reasons, just because you want to? Or does the thought of doing that feel hugely selfish? If it does, stay tuned. Have you ever felt so exhausted that you cannot do what you want to do because you've been so busy doing all the things that you ought to do or feel that you should do? Do you ever say no? Can you say no? A few years ago, guys, this was all ringing very, very true for me. I hugely struggled to say no. I was very busy doing all the things for everybody else, looking after everyone else, putting myself last, and I was not living my best life at all. At all. The thought of changing anything felt like selfish. And then I read a book that introduced me to the concept of healthy selfish, and I want to talk to you a little bit about that, because I'm sure you've heard the expressions about you've got to put your own oxygen mask on first when you're in the aeroplane, or put your own life jacket on first, or you can't pour from an empty cup. Yeah, we've all heard it, we all pay lip service to it, but truthfully, guys, not a lot of us are actually living that truth. Here's something for you. You get one life, just one. That's it. You're born, you live the life, at the end of it, you're dead. Do you want to spend your one-time shot on this earth? Now, okay, you might come back in the future, okay, depending on your belief systems, I get that, but you won't know that you've been here before, so the bit that you know about is this one life, all right? This one life, do you want to spend it doing things that you ought to do? Or do you want to spend it doing things that you enjoy doing? If you are a parent, I bet that you want your kids to chase their dreams. I bet you want your kids to live their best life. I bet you want to see them do the things that bring them joy. I bet you want to see them be healthy and happy and independent. Truth, guys, is kids don't do what we want them to do. The kids that we have do what they see us doing. And if you're not looking after your health, they won't look after theirs. If you're doing a job you hate because somebody's got to pay the bills, that's the best that they're going to think that they can achieve to. If you never say no, neither will they. And if you consistently put yourself last because you're already too busy taking care of everybody else, then that's what they're going to do too. Is that what you want? Is that what you want to role model? If you want your kids to be healthy, you've got to live a healthier life. If you want them to chase their dreams, you need to chase yours. If you want them to prioritise themselves, you need to prioritise you. And if you want them to have boundaries and not be put upon, you need to learn to role model saying no. And saying no, guys, doesn't make you selfish, and it doesn't have to be unkind. You can say, I'm really sorry, I've got too much on my plate right now to take that on. The best analogy, I think, is having kids. You know, when you were when your children were small, okay, that or if you've been around nieces and nephews and stuff like that, don't have to be your kids, but if you've been around children, you will know that when they first start learning to dress themselves, for example, you've got to let them do it. You've got to let them dress themselves, because if you don't, if you always do it for them, they'll never learn to do it themselves. And that goes for everything. If you always swoop in and fix everybody else's problems, whether it's paying the bills for the house because your partner doesn't really like paperwork, if you always go in and fix it, they'll never learn. If your kids don't manage their money well and get into debt, if you just swoop in and pay that debt off, they'll never learn. If you've got people at work that aren't pulling their weight and you go in and you swoop in and you do all the work, they'll never do it. They'll never get better. You have to let people fend for themselves in order for them to get better. And doing that, enabling them to do that, you're facilitating their own growth, but you're also protecting yourself. You're also making time so that you can turn around and say to them, do you know what? I'm not going to do that for you, but I'll help you and support you to show you how you can do it for yourself. You're helping them grow, but you're also clawing back some of that time that you are spending doing everything for everybody else, being all things to all people, because guys, you are not Superwoman. You're not expected to be, you don't have to be. And if you claw back some of that time, if you start to say, I'm sorry, no, I'm too busy, with a little bit of kindness, not only are you setting them up to succeed and to grow and to develop these other people, whether it's partners, kids, employees, colleagues, whatever it is, but you're also setting yourself up to succeed as well, because you are giving yourself a little bit of time and a little bit of space so that you can start to follow your dreams, chase the things that you want to do, live your best life, because you're not too busy fighting other people's fires. That was a lesson that I have learned over the last 5 years. I lost all my weight with the Sustainable Weight Loss Programme, and I'm not gonna lie guys, I thought I was just signing up to lose some weight, and I did, but it absolutely changed my life, and it changed my life through the psychological side of it, through the input and the reading that is part and parcel of the programme, and I now live my best life. Don't get me wrong, I'm 51. There are times when I'm still a huge people pleaser, and I have to really work hard constantly to try and not just fall back into old habits. But believe you and me, I have changed my life, and not just my weight. So if any of this relates to you, then do look at the Sustainable Weight Loss group. Even if you don't want to lose that much weight, but you're really thinking, actually, yeah, what she's saying makes sense. I want to change my life. Yeah, it does that too. So have a little read around, join the group, see what's out there. There's some interesting stuff, and you never know. One day you might be living your best life. You know what Belinda Carlisle said? Ooh, heaven is a place on earth. It can be if you are doing your best. Enjoy. Have a wonderful day. Hopefully speak to you again. Bye.